guys, what's up? It's JB Illusion, fresh off of watching, well, not really fresh off of watching, episode 8 of Season 5 of Samurai Jack. I apologize that this is probably going to get up late. I had a bunch of stuff to do today, and I kind of wanted to talk about something that I've noticed a lot of people talking about, and that is the Jack and Ashi relationship. I'm kind of afraid. A lot of people are saying, this is my OTP, this is my one true pairing, this is the best thing that's ever going to happen to Samurai Jack. He's finally found someone to love. And there's a bunch of people who are talking about how Jack could possibly be Ashi's father, which I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I think we've pretty much just worked that out of the equation. But what has me afraid is the fact that Aku has basically taken everything that Jack loves away from him. He's found some way to sully it. He's found some way to ruin it. Let's take a quick count. Jack's parents. Every single time portal. His hope in humanity. And pretty much just messing with him at every single point. Including, you know, the whole catfish situation that happened. That was really weird. I don't know if Aku was just trying to ruin Jack's love life forever, but with any hope, a lot of people believe that Jack and Ashi should just be together. And tell me what you guys think. Is Aku going to do something to Ashi to make Jack choose between going back to the past and saving Ashi? Is Ashi somehow going to make Jack stronger? Because it seems like she has been, pay no attention to the chair, she has been this agent of change in Samurai Jack's life. She has essentially changed his mindset, helped him regain his hope. She helped him regain the sword. She protected him while he had to meditate to calm his inner self, which I think is really interesting because Jack, on the one hand, is super calm, or at least he has to be, and Ashi just goes crazy and rips through entire armies with her bare hands and just her pure anger. So, now let's talk about, well, before we talk about the episode, please hit me up in the comments down below right now and tell me what you think is going to happen with Ashi and Samurai Jack, because I'm really afraid that Gendy is just going to rip, like Jack's heart into tiny little pieces, like that Aku catfishing episode. Anyhow, on to the spoilers. This episode starts with this bizarre object floating in space. I'm pretty sure, like when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a penal colony. And we don't really find out too much about the inhabitants that are in it because it, of course, gets hit by asteroids. One of them is big enough to knock it off of its trajectory that's just floating out in space. And, of course, it's sent straight towards Earth. Cut to Jack and Ashi are about to continue the next leg of their journey on, I guess, on the way to defeating Aku, towards taking the fight to Aku. And you see that Jack and Ashi have this very odd relationship now. It's no longer about Jack's hopelessness and regaining it. Jack is kind of trying to show off. Jack is showing Ashi, we need to get something to eat, let's head to the Bazaar. And there's this odd Zoidberg character who's selling these weird things, and Ashi's just like, I don't think I should eat that. Oh, don't worry, Ashi, it's going to be fine. It's going to be perfect. Just eat this. I have eaten stuff like this all the time. It's delicious. Jag is just like, oh, I'm so worldly. Don't worry, Ashi, this will taste fantastic. Meanwhile, he also mentions that he's never, actually had the exact food. Something like it, though. Don't worry. It'll be fine. And Ashi bows out while Jack eats the food, and yeah, it didn't work out too well for him. The two of them then board what is essentially a giant camel subway, or giant camel bus, really, for that matter. They get on it, and of course, there's no seats. So you have to hold on to a pole. Like the subway, like the, I don't know how many buses have that, but subway. And of course, a ton of creatures get on. These were Kashas who were wearing like odd letters on their shirts, like they're members of Team Rocket. So as they get on, they start bumping and pushing Ashi and Jack, and of course they're getting closer and closer and closer, and Jack's blushing, Jack's not feeling it. They of course are losing room, and they're like fighting to both hold on to this pole, and their arms, their hands keep touching and rubbing, and they're just super, super awkward. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just touch your hand? I apologize. Of course, these guys are here to kill Samurai Jack, or I do believe it was Die Samurai Jack that their shirts spelled out. So in the ensuing melee, Jack and Ashi are all over each other. Not in the fanboy way, calm down, at least for right now. They're like stepping on each other's toes. Jack and Ashi go to punch this one dude and their hands meet. And they just back off. Oh, I'm so sorry. Aji throws a kick, Jack covers her, throws a punch, and next thing you know, his arm is around her waist, and she's holding onto his arm, and they both agree, just because it's gotten super awkward, to just leave the camel subway bus thing. And now they're in the desert. It's going to be fine. They're going to do great. And of course, there's more closeness from them. Eventually, there's a dust storm, and it gets bad. And when I mean bad, it means, okay, we have to find shelter or we're going to die, because there's actually thunder in this dust storm, which is beyond crazy. So they find the wreckage of this alien ship, hop in it, and everything looks odd. They've noticed that, yeah, this was some kind of prison. Something's escaped. Where are the inmates? And then Ashi gets bit on her leg. Jack, of course, is quick to cut the creature down. It's this, like, odd bug-like parasite, and it bit Ashi. And you can see the poison spreading. So Jack, doing the smartest thing possible, of course, holsters his sword, drops down, grabs Ashi's leg, and then he goes to suck the venom out. Smartest thing you could do. And he just sucks the venom out, starts spitting it, and Ashi eventually is alright. But Jack and Ashi are kind of freaked out just when they hear... Okay, that was bad. That was actually really bad. I apologize for that. But it's a monster. As Jack and Ashi escape, Ashi and Jack kind of are like, which way? This way? This way? No, that way. And they kind of into this really odd situation where they're trying to be super polite to each other, which they've been this entire time. Yeah, Gendy's just hinting at everything right now. Just give the fanboys what they want, right? Yeah. So, throughout this chase scene, Ashi is proving that she can keep up with Jack, and Jack seems to kind of like that. Eventually, they run into a large containment unit, which is probably what this monster was contained in. Not being able to run, they have to turn around to face what it is. And it looks like it's a hive-minded organism that was made up of those smaller things that bit Jack. So, of course, Jack decides to fight the creature because, you know, he's the only one with a weapon. Ashi doesn't have her Kama anymore, which kind of sucks. And soon, they start bypassing Jack and go after Ashi. He tells her to run. Ashi, being still very skillful, just grabs some of the broken glass from the containment unit and starts throwing it at the little parasites and taking them out. Eventually, Jack and Ashi are kind of up against a corner, so they manage to escape. In their escape, they manage to find, I'm guessing, whoever was in charge of the ship. This was an area that they should have went to find weapons to subdue whatever inmates were in the ship. And, of course, it's a great weapons place. Ashi is just looking all around, and Jack finds this one little hologram where it's telling him, this inmate escaped, here's how you stop it, and just when it's about to tell him how to use the weapon, Ashi shoots a gun and disturbs Jack just long enough so he can't exactly hear how the weapon should function and how it should work. Awesome! And because Jack is being too overly nice and he doesn't want to say anything to Ashi, and he's just like, this is the weapon that should stop the creature. And Ashi's like, alright, cool, I got my weapons, let's go. You know, Jack doesn't inform her that maybe we should play this over again because, you know, I didn't hear it. So they just go, which is just, ooh, Jack. But then again, he's in love. And love makes us do very, very stupid things, you know, like not actually knowing how to activate a weapon to stop a creature that may surely kill us. Eventually, they run into it, and Jack has to explain that, yeah, I don't know how to use this weapon. So they take turns trying to figure out how to use it. He hands it off to Ashi. Ashi eventually hands it off to him as they're taking turns fighting this creature. Like I said before, it's a hive mind and it's composed of multiple organisms. So these multiple organisms are trying to flank them. It gets to the point where it just says, you know what, I'm just going to create multiple copies of myself and just send them at you. This will be fine. Jack eventually is just like, fine, Ashi, hold them off. We have to get this to work. And Ashi does her best. Eventually, Jack is just able to get it to turn on when they get swarmed. Yeah, that wasn't fun for them at all. The device goes off, electrocutes a ton of the creatures, destroys it, and Jack and Ashi are left just covered in goo. They're breathing heavy. They don't look great. I mean, covered in alien monster goo probably isn't the best, time ever. And we get a cut to black, and we get a cut to Jack and Ashi making out. It was bound to happen this episode. It's just, I kind of would have, I don't know, found the showers first, but then again, kind of, you're alone with your wife who you just survived. Such a terrible occurrence. She's looking good. You're kind of covered in alien stuff, but you know what? Whatever. And I hate to admit, I'd probably make the same decision. So, Ashi has kind of proved that, or at least I feel like Ashi and Jack hopefully will move past the awkward phase of their relationship. And hopefully this is going to go really well. I mean, they're a battle couple. Both of them are really good at covering each other, which I think is really amazing. But there's still the question that I posed earlier in this video, guys. Now, after watching this episode, hearing me talk about it, what do you guys think is going to happen with Aku? Is he going to somehow do something to Ashi to try to ruin Jack's way? Or is Ashi going to do something incredible to save Jack? To actually tip the scale that has been so even this entire, 4 to 5 seasons. Tip the scale in Jack's favor. I mean, the Scotsman's working his, he doesn't have a butt anymore, he's a ghost. He's been working to build up a resistance. There's a resistance all over the world, just waiting for, I feel like, this moment where Jack takes the fight to Aku, and hopefully Ashi is going to be the deciding factor. Or, I hope that she's the deciding factor for Jack as opposed to Aku. Like I said, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I love that song too. Dean Martin. Everybody's got to love somebody. Or is it sometime? Well, anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Please be excellent to each other and have a good day. Peace. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody falls in love somehow. Something in your kiss just told me my sometime is now. Okay, Dean Martin, I am not. I would fully recommend go checking out that song on YouTube or anywhere else. Please, if you would like to subscribe, do so. There's also some videos that may have to do with Samurai Jack that you can watch. And maybe check out some of my newer videos. Thanks for stopping by, people. Peace.